What's up, guys? LQ here with the LQ Review. Thank you so much for joining me here at my YouTube channel. This is where I talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff that I love to talk about. Movies, video games, comic books, and TV shows. And yeah, I'm about to make some people mad. I think it might be time for Zack Snyder to just take a little break from filmmaking. Kind of step back a little bit and just creatively recharge the batteries. And maybe not make movies for a bit, or if he does make movies, at least not write movies for a bit. I don't think writing's his strong suit. Look, let me say this. First of all, I love Man of Steel. I think Man of Steel is one of the greatest superhero movies ever made. I do. I just believe it. Batman vs. Superman was flawed fun. I really like the movie, especially the Ultimate Cut. It has flaws, but I enjoy it. Justice League, his version of Justice League, I put right up there with the best superhero movies ever made also. And his trilogy, Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman Ultimate Edition, and Zack Snyder's Justice League, I think is right up there with The Dark Knight, Captain America, as the best superhero trilogies ever made. I just believe that. I love his take on the heroes. Was it the most commercially successful take? No, but I love it. Other Zack Snyder movies, 300. I love 300. Love it. Watchmen. I think he did about as good a job as you can do adapting that comic book story. Guys, I'm a Zack Snyder fan. Or at least maybe I was. I might not be a Zack Snyder fan anymore. Army of the Dead was Rebel Moon. When Rebel Moon Part 1 and 2 came out, I initially gave them positive reviews. You can go check. Those are on my channel. And then time passed. And I tried to rewatch them before the director's cuts came out. And as I was rewatching them, I was like, did I really give these positive reviews? These aren't good. These aren't good. They're beautiful, visually astonishing, but they weren't good. So I kind of started rethinking my reviews on these, and both of them, I didn't give them glowing reviews. I said, I'd go slightly positive on them. I think after a rewatch, I'd probably go slightly negative on them. But then the director's cuts come out, and Zack Snyder promised so much about these director's cut. These are the real versions of the film. The PG-13 versions were a little more earnest, where these are almost kind of a big parody of science fiction films. And we're really trying to deconstruct science fiction films here. First of all, Hollywood directors, stop deconstructing crap. Nobody cares. I say that facetiously. I'm sure some people care, but we don't want our heroes and our stories deconstructed. Just leave them alone. And again, I say we, I'm really should be saying I. I'm sure there's some people who love that stuff. And these are going to be bloodier and blah, 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 blah. They're the same movie. Yeah, there's some scenes added in. There's some adult scenes added in. There is a lot of blood and gore added in. There actually is a really nice, to part one, there's a really nice opening that kind of gives you a lot more backstory on the main villain and really makes you kind of fear him a little bit more. So that was good. But it doesn't really change who the villain is. It doesn't really change the story. Guys, these are the same movies. They're the same movies in the way that Batman vs. Superman Ultimate Edition is the same movie as the theatrical edition. Yeah, there's stuff added in that's gonna make you understand, that's going to fill some gaps in the narrative a little bit. Still the same movie. Yeah, in Batman vs Superman Ultimate Edition, there's some stuff added in there that makes it rated R. Still the same movie. That's how these are. These are not different movies. They're still the same thing. There's some narrative gaps that are filled. There's some adult content here, adult sexual content, and there's blood and gore. Listen, I don't know if this was Zack Snyder's fault. I know that Netflix really pushed for 2 versions. But I also know that Netflix just recently canned his Army of the Dead world. And they're not going to make any more Rebel Moon stuff. They're just not. It's not good enough. It's not good enough to warrant a franchise. I think it's obvious now he's never coming back to the DCEU. So what I would advise Zack Snyder to do at this point is adapt some scripts. Make some movies that other people have written. I don't think he's that good of a writer. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll watch the Rebel Moon movies again in a few months and I'll really like him again. I don't know. But kind of where I'm at right now is just not that good, man. Just not that good. I know you're a better filmmaker than this. I've seen Man of Steel. I've seen Justice League. I know you're a better filmmaker than this. I've seen 300. I've seen Watchmen. I know you're better than this. But maybe it's time to take a step back. Recharge the batteries. Maybe make a film or 2 based on someone else's script. And then maybe we'll get Zack Snyder back. I don't know. But Rebel Moon Part 1, Rebel Moon Part 2, director's cuts, just weren't good enough to warrant their existence. That's it. All right, guys. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Did you love them? Do you think I'm crazy for this? Or do you fall kind of where I fall? Let me know in the comments below. It's all good. It's all subjective. So let's have a conversation about it. Thanks, guys.